Up on CTV News tonight, the RSA makes a generous contribution to Christchurch's recovery and a website set up to let people know what's open. Welcome to CTV News, I'm Emily Cooper. The Returned Services Association has had a hard time from the quakes, but the organisation has now made a generous donation. The Red Cross Appeal and Canterbury District Returned Services Association has been given $130,000 in donations from RSAs around the country and ex-service organisations worldwide. It's thought this donation is the largest given by the RSA. Patrick Duggan from the Canterbury RSA says the money has come from all over.
Internationally, actually, Emily, it's come from Australia, it's come from New Zealand, America, the United States. All around the world. The support has been astounding, absolutely astounding.
The Royal New Zealand Returned Services Association launched an appeal after September's quake and raised $32,000 for the Red Cross Christchurch earthquake appeal after February's quake. A further $100,000 was raised for the Canterbury District to assist veterans and ex-service personnel in the Christchurch region. Mr Duggan says 100% of the money will stay in Christchurch.
It's going to go to RSA members, in fact not even non-RSA members who perhaps returned soldiers, sailors or airmen who haven't even joined an RSA. Anybody that's hurting really from the earthquake. We wanted to make it personal to people so we can make a difference. It's been controlled. We're putting it into a separate trust. We've got a small panel of trustees, 3 trustees of which I'm one, and we'll be working very closely with the RSA welfare officers to find out where the need is out there, and wherever the need is, that's where the money will be spent. We've been given $100,000. We want to spend $100,000. Administration will find other sources to cover administration fees and things. So the total money donated will be used.
The RSA movement has been hit hard, with 3 RSA clubs closed as a result of damage. These are the Christchurch, New Brighton and Sumner Redcliffs clubs.
Well, here in Christchurch, we suffered 3 of our were earthquake damaged. Sumner Redcliffs, New Brighton and Christchurch. Sumner Redcliffs, of course, has the huge rock in the car park, under which is the President's car, and they have a huge rock in their club rooms. New Brighton has just had it, liquefaction, and the building just collapsed, and Christchurch has a huge crack right through it. None of the 3 will be reoccupied. But
Mr Duggan says the support has been amazing.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, Northland District RSAs sent us a cheque for $18,000. That's amazing. Taranaki RSA sent us a cheque for $10,000. It's been absolutely brilliant. So far, we've just banked the other day a $100,000 cheque into our trust account. And the support from everyone, even if it's just moral support. I get emails all the time from RSAs around the countryside saying, we're thinking of you guys, hang in there. And if you want a bit of respite care, come and visit us. That's brilliant, it really is.
A website has been set up to help businesses advertise their open and to keep Canterburyans informed on what's opened around them.
A small web-based company, Vibre, is doing its part to reconnect Christchurch businesses and the residents via the web. what'sopen.co.nz is a website where Christchurch businesses can advertise for free after the February 22nd aftershock.
Basically, we've created a website called what'sopen.co.nz, and it's to help the people of Christchurch out to find out what's open in the area and what's close to them. Myself and my business partner Tim are currently working on the website and looking after it, so business customers can go to our website and register for free, and then we go through and we just moderate the data to ensure it's all correct, and if there are any aftershocks, we go in there and ensure the site is up to date as well.
The idea was to create a website where businesses could advertise for free and where Christchurch residents could easily access the information.
After the February 22nd quake, we were actually asking ourselves what is open in Christchurch. We tried to have a look online. We couldn't find anything at all that had all the information in one place, so we decided to create a website that was obviously free for businesses to go and list, and displayed it all on a map to make it nice and easy for people to use.
Through constant monitoring of the website, they have found some interesting patterns. After the June 13th aftershock, there was a 400% increase in traffic.
After aftershocks, certain listings do go up, so supermarkets, ATMs and occasionally bars will go up, so it is very interesting to see the trends on different days, what's happening and the way that people view the site.
Their website is powered by the Net24 data centre, which is based in Christchurch.
Being Christchurch based, it's obviously supporting another Christchurch business, and they've experienced no downtime at all through all the 3 major quakes and all of the aftershocks.
iPad, iPhone and Android applications are planned for the future.
We're actually going to be completely redeveloping the site, so investing a substantial amount of money in it, and it will also have iPad, iPhone and Android apps, so people will be able to find out what's open on the go. And it will also have a functionality that they'll be able to press show only open businesses, and anything that's closed will disappear off the map, so it will be even more valid for what's actually open on the map.
For the latest updates on what's open in your area, visit what'sopen.co.nz or follow them on Twitter.
CTV staff member Jeff Morton, whose clothes store Morton's Menswear is in the red zone, was allowed back into his shop yesterday. Here's some footage taken by Jeff outside his store on Colombo Street. Coming up after the break, we take a look at how Hallswell School is recovering 10 months after the first big quake. Welcome back. Christchurch City Council is working to create a lasting memory of the Christchurch earthquakes. Christchurch City Libraries is gathering specialists for its workshop this week, looking at archiving Canterbury's earthquake experience. Christchurch City Council's Libraries and Information Unit Manager Carolyn Robertson says this will enable agencies that collect information to work together, collecting memories of the quake experience and the recovery process. She says we must leave an excellent record for future generations to help them understand what this disaster and historic turning point was like for Canterbury. Christchurch City Libraries is now calling for community stories and materials about the quakes, other than just media accounts, to give a full perspective on people's actual experiences. The material can take any form, including photos, videos, documents and memorabilia. The public can share their memories by completing an online form at www.christchurchcitylibraries.com/forms/earthquake or by contacting the archives team at www.librariesearthquakearchive@ccc.govt.nz or by sending any earthquake related material to Jane Rogers, Collection and Performance and Policy Analyst at PO Box 73045 Christchurch. And in more library news, the Christchurch City Council will open a new mini library in the Central City this week. The new Central South City Library, which is the refurbished store in South City Mall in Colombo Street, will open on Friday. It will host a small collection of around 7,000 items and will also include a children's area and 5 computers, which will offer free internet access. Christchurch City Libraries have been looking for a suitable Central City location for a new library because the Central Library in Gloucester Street was damaged during the February quake and remains closed. The public will be able to pick up items they've reserved online or over the telephone and return items at the new library. The Central South City Library will be open from Monday to Friday from 9 until 6 and during weekends from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Most Christchurch libraries have now reopened following the June 13 aftershocks, and the council is continuing to investigate possible Central City locations for other mini libraries. For more information about which libraries are open, you can visit www.christchurchcitylibraries.com. Hallswell School took a big hit after September's earthquake. 10 months on, we take a look to see how they are coping with the changes. Emily Spink has more.
After the September 4th earthquake, Hallswell School became a household name as one of Christchurch's hardest hit schools. Suffering from both liquefaction and structural damage, the school was forced to relocate its pupils. 10 months on, Principal Bruce Topham says they're coping well with the change.
After the September earthquake, we could not get access back to this side. and within 10 days it became apparent that we weren't going to get back on here for some time. The area behind me here, it was 2 permanent blocks of classrooms, and they were both damaged significantly. The ground that I'm standing on was broken, and as were the courts further out.
Suffering from liquefaction and structural damage, the school was forced to relocate and divide the tight little community.
We moved from here for the last 2 weeks of that term to Hallswell Residential School, who very kindly made a direct offer, and we checked it out and discovered that we could get all 630 of us down there at the time, and we spent the rest of the term down there.
Once services were restored on site, the majority of the school were able to return to the school after the holidays. However, with the loss of 8 classrooms, older pupils had to be accommodated at Manning Intermediate and Hallswell Residential School for the remainder of the term.
It eventuated that we needed to put our Year 7s and 8s and Year 5s and 6s off-site for a month. They went, the 7s and 8s to Manning and the Year 5s and 6s to Hillmorton. All of those schools are all schools that we have an association with and work with, and fortunately they had spaces or made space as they did in Hillmorton's case.
While the school was dispersed across 3 schools, 8 relocatables were brought on site by the Ministry of Education and a new administration block constructed. With such huge changes for the school, coping with limited space has been testing, but the small, resilient community have rallied round and are making do with what they have, even if that means changing their playtime activities.
That playground over there, it feels real smaller. And I miss when I was in room 7 over there.
What do you do instead of going on the playground?
Well, we just went in the forest over there and just kind of, because it's got trees and stuff and we like the trees.
So you kind of make your own fun now?
Yeah.
Nerves still rife amongst the community. Maintaining some sense of normality for the pupils of Hallswell School has been important for all.
In more primary school news, yesterday primary school students in the eastern suburbs were given down jackets to help them get through a cold winter. MacPac provided New Brighton's Freeville Primary School, which has 354 pupils, with the jackets through an initiative that the school principal investigated in an effort to keep the kids warm this winter. Many of the children's homes are struggling, with many now without heating. Coming up after the break, your local weather. Welcome back. Kaneta Knight spoke to Neil Challenger from the weekend's 48-hour challenge to help redesign Christchurch City, which was held at Lincoln University over the weekend.
There was 15 teams frantically working. At 4:30 on Sunday morning, there was 69 people still in the building. Obviously, I was one of them because I counted.
4:30 on Sunday morning.
Yeah. So there was a huge crowd of people stayed up right through, including me. So I did the all-nighter. I haven't done an all-nighter for years. Did an all-nighter on Saturday through Sunday night. My whole team did an all-nighter. It was great. So the people were really going hard, produced some really exciting, innovative designs, which hopefully will be able to be contributed to the city and do something good with.
Let's look at your input over the weekend. I know you had various roles to do. What were you up to? Okay,
so first of all, I was in a team. So I pulled together a team of people from Lincoln University, of my students and staff, and so that was great. So organising that. I also was involved with hosting the event at Lincoln. So it was hosted in the School of Landscape Architecture. So I sort of put my hand up and said, yes, if you can't find a venue, come to us. We'd be happy to host you, and we did. And so I had to help organise that because, of course, we had to rejig all our teaching space and everything to accommodate that. But that all worked really well. That was great.
Pete Smith hit the streets today in Street Talk to ask, how important is social networking?
I'm really wrestling with whether I'm not in the 21st century. I don't do Facebook or Twitter. I don't understand it. I don't really even want to know about it. But it's become a global phenomenon, hasn't it? Everybody, it seems, is using Facebook. So we're going to ask the street question today of Cantabrians, what's in it for Facebook? Why are they on it? Why do they use it? If they don't use it, do they feel they're missing out? That's the question we're going to ask today as we stand out on the street.
I don't know, just keep in touch with my friends, family.
Yeah. Have you got a mobile phone?
Yep.
Why don't you just use that?
Oh, I don't know, can't share photos, and I don't know, just can keep in contact with way more people on Facebook, really.
So how many friends would you have on Facebook?
About 200 or 300.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you keep in touch pretty much with them, or?
No, probably only 50, 60 or so, I don't know, yeah.
I use it to communicate with my cousins and family overseas in Wales and England, and yeah, it's good to get photos to them and things like that.
Right. So
yeah.
do you use Twitter?
No.
No. You use a cell phone?
Yes.
Now, you can transfer photos on that, though, can't you, on a cell phone?
Yes, I suppose you could, but it's sort of all people at one time, isn't it? You know, you get to a collection of people.
Well, I don't know, because I don't use it,
okay,
you see.
Right. Well, I can get to a collection of people that I haven't caught up with for a while.
Right.
Whether it's a cell phone, I could just, I mean, I don't know. I'm not very up to date with my cell phone either, so...
Are you on Facebook?
No.
Why not?
Why should I be? They're for kids, they're dangerous for kids. I'm not interested.
You think it's dangerous?
For kids, it's certainly.
Yeah.
And at my age, I've got to be careful what I do.
And have you got family overseas still, or?
Yes, I have family overseas. Yes, I contact them through Skype, but operated by my daughter.
Right. So if you wanted to send photos, for argument's sake, how would you do that?
Photos through Skype, probably.
Why do you use Facebook?
Because I can keep in contact with all my friends and family back in the UK.
Right, and do you send them photos?
Yes, I do upload them, yeah.
Why don't you Skype them?
I do that as well.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
And which do you prefer?
Skype.
Right.
Definitely.
How much time would you spend on Facebook?
Less than an hour a week.
And how many friends have you got?
I don't know, 100 odd maybe.
I'm a little bit embarrassed to say yes, I am.
Right, why are you embarrassed about it?
Well, it seems to be this social networking. It's not really all it's cracked up to be, I don't think.
What do you use it for?
To communicate with relatives overseas mainly.
Right.
And I'm an athlete, so I like to get on Facebooks with other athletes like Willis, people like that. To see what they're up to. And
because it's just part of life these days, is it not?
No, it's not for me, you see, and I need to know, should I be doing it?
Well, it's up to you. A lot of friends I know have stopped lately, though.
Why?
Just because it's sort of taking over. You find out more about people on Facebook than you do in person.
How much time would you spend on it?
Well, I'd probably spend half an hour a day.
Really?
Yeah.
And how many friends would you have?
I've just done a big cut lately, so I've only got about 300.
And do you worry that it might go to the wrong person? If you put it on Facebook, it goes everywhere?
What do you mean? Like my comments?
Yes.
I've sort of set it up so only certain people can see what I put.
Could you live without Facebook? Could you live without it?
I think so.
To keep an eye on my children.
Oh, they're on it too? Yeah. How old are they?
16 and 13.
Quite a vulnerable age?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you use it yourself though, or just keep a check on it?
No, I do use it myself with friends overseas.
Are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah. Why?
Keep in contact with people I don't see often.
Right. How many friends would you have on Facebook?
About 100. Maybe actually close. Yeah, 100 to 200.
Do you worry about security with it?
No, I don't put any personal information on there.
So what would you send out on Facebook?
I just put photos of social gatherings and activities I've been doing. That's all.
And how much time would you spend on Facebook in a week?
Maybe 1 hour.
Right, yeah. Could you live without it?
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't want to?
It doesn't worry me. It's just like another form of email, really.
No. Why are you not on Facebook?
Because I only really tell people I want to know my business, not the whole world.
Yeah, see, I'm not on it either because it worries me.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it a security thing with you or what?
Yes, I think probably that, and privacy.
Yeah. Do you have people overseas, though, that would like to know what you're up to?
Yes.
How do you communicate?
Just by email, then I can tell the things I want to the people I want to know.
Do you send photos on email?
No, I'm not that clever.
No, join the club, I'm not either. But so you're not missing Facebook?
No.
No. Do you think you'll ever do it?
Not in the foreseeable future.
Does your partner do it?
No.
No, so it's not in the house or?
Yes, my teenage daughter does, but...
Now how do you control that?
We have access to her Facebook page.
All right.
So we can see who she's friends with and who she's,
So how
what
old
she's
is she?
putting up. She's 19.
Oh, really? And she doesn't mind that you know?
No, it was one of the conditions of her being allowed to have it.
Are you on Facebook?
Not currently.
Why not?
Spend too much time on it.
Yeah, how much time do you spend?
Well, none at the moment.
No, how much would you though when you were doing it?
Oh, maybe an hour a day or something like that. Far too much.
So are you missing it?
No.
Are your mates missing it?
I wouldn't know. I haven't spoken to them.
So you still just talk to them, mate?
Yeah, just on the telephone and that. Yeah.
So what were you doing on Facebook when you were on there?
Just spying on my friends, I guess.
Spying?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that word,
Yeah.
spying on them. Did they know you were spying?
Well, I guess so. They put the photos on there for me to look at. So.
Oh, right. So you're not missing it?
No.
No. And you got more time to yourself?
I do.
Good. That's one of the beauties of doing Street Talk. I've learnt a lot today. I'm not on Facebook. I don't really have the desire to. That last guy we had was interesting, wasn't he? He said, I only went on it to spy on my mates. That doesn't sound to me to be terribly good business sense. So, no, I'm going to step away from it. I'm not going to be on it. But we've had a mixed reviews today of what Cantabrians think of Facebook.
And that's CTV News. I'm Emily Cooper.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.